Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of the channel for Wednesday. So now this aircraft, as you know, this is the world's first jet-powered air refueling tanker. This is the KC-135 Stratotanker. You can see them everywhere in the world today, which I'm surprisingly after all these years, it will be reaching 70 years this coming this since its first flight because it first flew in 1956. So the story behind it is that if you remember from the 707 video that I did with the Lufthansa, you know that the aircraft before it was actually called the Boeing 367-80, better known as the Dash 80, which that aircraft was mostly designed as a prototype for the two aircraft that were going to be built, which is the KC-135 tanker and the Boeing 707, which is the America's first commercial jet airliner. So, yeah, it looks very, very similar. Like I used to always say to myself, it looks very similar like to the Boeing 707, but it's very, very different. As a matter of fact, I have seen KC-135 before. I saw it one time at the Atlantic City Air Show. When the 108th Wing that was based in New Jersey had them before, and they were doing like an air refueling demonstration with some F-16s. It was very, very cool. But that day, which was in August of 2023, was the last time that the KC-135 was going to be in the Atlantic City Air Show, because it was as it got replaced by the newer KC-46 Pegasus, which is an air refueling tanker version from a Boeing 767 airliner. So yeah, very, very cool aircraft. Like during the Vietnam War, it would fly all over Laos, like all over the country of Laos, and they would be able to refuel like F4 Phantoms, F-105 Thunder Chiefs, and more of the Vietnam era American jets, so they could continue on with their mission. Very, very cool. And I know this past March, one of these recently crashed in Iraq, which had killed basically almost the whole crew members on board the KC-135. They said the most likely the real reason why, because there were two KC-135s that had a mid-air collision for some reason. Because one of these KC-135s made it back to Tel Aviv in Israel, which was able to which they surveyed the damage, and the damage was actually the whole vertical stabilizer, the tail fin was sheared off after that collision for some reason. They don't know what really went wrong, but I could tell it was very crazy. And everywhere in the Fly Radar 24, I've been noticing some KC-135s there in the air. Like if you ever like want to scroll all the way to the Middle East, there's still some of these like always in the air. Like during the 2026 Iran war, I noticed a bunch of these were in the air because of the 2026 Iran war. There were a bunch of these KC-135s all over Saudi Arabia and all over Tel Aviv and Israel, and I guess they were air refueling like fighter planes or bombers during to make sure they still continue on with the mission. It's very, very cool. But anyway, thank you guys for the video and stay tuned.